The African Fertilizer and Agribusiness Partnership (AFAP) Vice President Professor Richard Mukandawire has said the fertilizer agenda is at the root of the African agriculture crisis.
The fertilizer agenda in Africa is at the root of the African agricultural crisis. One of the challenges is that African leaders have not actually given sufficient attention to ensuring that fertilizer is actually driven by the private sector.
Professor Mukandawire, who spoke in Accra, Ghana, at the 12th Comprehensive Africa Agriculture Development Program Partnership Platform, CADP, said the situation has been compounded by lack of attention from African leaders.
There's been a tendency to use the state to run fertilizer programs, and in the process, taking advantage of opportunities for resources being diverted into areas which are not productive. Very often inefficiency, delivery systems.
He appealed to African governments to allow small and medium enterprises run the fertilizer business.
This is why it is critical that we create space for growing SMEs in the fertilizer value chains, especially agro-dealers. They are closer to the farmers, in which case farmers have access to fertilizer within their own vicinity. And in addition to that, some of the agro-dealers are entrepreneurs in their own right and also knowledgeable. They're able to provide extension support to the smallholder farmers.
And NEPAD agency CEO Professor Ibrahim Hassan Mayaki called for support for smallholder farmers to help open up the rural economy.
Powering the small-scale farmers, it means diversifying the rural economy. It means training, creating the necessary incentives for the small-scale farmers so that they become micro-entrepreneurs.
This way, they said, will help stop patronizing poverty under the pretext of assisting poor farmers.
You cannot assume that you're going to grow the agriculture sector by giving 2 bags of fertilizer to a farmer. Farmers whose lands are fragmented, farmers who have very, very tiny parcels of land, how do you expect to enhance productivity? By actually, providing just 2 pockets of fertilizer and maybe some seeds without actually addressing the other needed imperatives, including supporting them with market output, access to markets, without focusing on supporting them with extension services.
Mukandawire appealed to African countries to be wary of multinationals, which he said have never aided economic growth anywhere in the world.
Yes, we welcome global fertilizer companies, or we welcome multinationals, but multinationals must actually begin to address the needs of the country. We must look at to what extent are they generating productivity in the case of agriculture, to what extent are they generating employment, to what extent are these multinationals really supporting capacity, local capacities.
The AUC Commissioner for Rural Economy and Agriculture, Rhoda Musime, urged for building on the momentum already built under the theme Innovative Financing and Renewed Partnership to accelerate implementation of CADP.
The momentum must be kept, must be sustained. That's why we have started the champion concept, to maintain the momentum so that maybe we should be running in future.
Reporting for Channel 1 News, I'm Judith Akolo in Accra, Ghana.
It is important that we take note of the role of our global fertilizer suppliers. To what extent are they also supportive of our own SMEs? They have a responsibility to support smallholder farmers, whether it's in terms of providing technical assistance or whether it is in terms of supporting with financing. It's important that there is actually a critical thing